Rock and Bass, the sexiest bassists of the 80s. Number 10 Flea, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Number 9 Cliff Burton, Metallica. Number 8 Billy Sheehan, Mr. Big. Number 7 Duff McKagan, Guns N' Roses.
This ain't no bullshit, man. Bass arm on the fucking drums, come on.
Number 6 John Deacon, Queen. Number 5 Mark King, Level 42. Number 4 Simon Gallup, The Cure. Number 3 Nikki Sixx, Motley Crue.
Come here, boy. I want you to meet somebody tonight, Tacoma. This is Mr. Nikki Sixx. Say hello. Now, this motherfucker's a Washington boy himself. Did you know that? Did you know this boy's from Seattle, Washington? Now, I'll tell you one thing about this boy. He was voted the sickest, sleaziest, dirtiest motherfucker in the world. Did you know that? Yeah, you want him to get nice and sleazy for you tonight? Go get sick for him, boy.
Number 2 Sting, The Police.
Bon après-midi, I think, is more applicable to Sting. Let's hear it for him. Welcome, Sting. Thanks for joining us. Now, I'm in a bit of a confusion here. I'll have to get you to clear it up straight away. I've been told by quite a few people in the production team that, yes, you are going solo, and this is the first time you've spoken to anyone since you've gone solo, but your record company says, no, Police still exist. He's going solo as well as maintaining his record career with Police. Help.
Exactly. Exactly.
That is it, is it?
Well, I mean, I think it's a very old-fashioned idea that one band should stay together forever. It's equally old-fashioned to assume that as soon as bands don't record that they've broken up. We're having what's called a hiatus, where we're deciding what to do next. We're still friends. We still plan to see each other and work together in the future. But we're just going to see what happens over this next year.
Okay, so what's happening in Paris at the moment with you?
Well, I'm warming up for this world tour, which I'm about to embark on. I've got a bunch of all-black jazz musicians, not New Zealanders, but black musicians. And we're playing music that is hopefully non-categorical. In other words, it's not jazz and it's not rock, it's something else. I'm very excited about it.
Okay, I mentioned in the introduction about your years as a school teacher, and it's an interesting thing because now music is your life, and indeed acting, being part of a band and being a solo performer. What does that bring to you as a man and also as a performer, the fact that you did teach for all those years? You must have something that's been a plus out of the whole thing.
I think to stand up in front of a class of very cynical school children and impart information and not be thrown out is a good apprenticeship or a grounding for a performer. You know? Mm-hmm. Basically, you have to stand up there and be credible. And teaching allowed me to practice that.
It certainly is a tough one to about 30 confrontation, isn't it, teaching? I've got to ask about the first solo LP because the title is a good one, The Dream of the Blue Turtles. And I just wonder if this, I can't think of a book this might have been inspired by, but I know several of your other songs have been inspired by book titles.
No, it wasn't inspired by a book title. It was inspired by my interest in Jungian psychology, where you're taught to make use of your dreams in a creative sense. You either paint them or draw them, or you write music from them. And I wrote a piece of music called The Dream of the Blue Turtles, which graphically describes this dream I had. It's fairly wacky. I haven't got 3 hours to explain it.
Okay. We'll just take it for granted there was a dream that had blue turtles starring in it, right?
When I come to Australia, I'll explain it.
Blue turtles in depth. What about the other tracks? Have they got political themes or...
A lot of people have been had their arms up in the air saying it's too political, this record.
Have they?
I think I'm probably more outspoken on this record than I've ever been before. There are songs about the proliferation of nuclear power, the miners' strike in England, heroin addiction. Most of the songs have an issue at the core of them.
Do you get much reaction to a message song like that? Have you had in the past? Or do you find that people still listen to the words and enjoy the beat, and all you can hope for is perhaps subconsciously something got through to them?
I think that you can enjoy a pop song on many different levels. If 3-year-old children want to bounce around to it, they can. If you want to get deeper, I always feel that there's something there if you want to get into the lyrics. But it's not essential. I mean, pop songs don't have to be meaningful. No. But at the age I'm at, I feel it's my responsibility to put some kind of valency into the medium.
Right. Oh, congratulations. Sounds very promising indeed. Very promising indeed. What sort of venues do you play in Paris? Out here, of course, it's always 12,000 or so at one of your concerts, and the same in America. I mean, you get up to about 100,000 in a stadium. What's Paris?
Well, I've decided to go back. I think it's very easy to lose touch with what it's like to entertain a small crowd that's close to you. So I'm playing at a very old, beautiful theatre called the Mogador in the Paris theatre district. Mm-hmm. And it's got velvet seats and a proscenium arch, and it's a different kind of entertaining. It's a different kind of performance. It's harder work because they can see you. You can't just get away with the grand gesture. You really have to work hard. And for me, that's a great challenge. I didn't want to lose touch with that skill, if you like.
Yes, it's a bit like an actor leaving movies and going back to do repertory theatre, isn't it, to face reality once again?
It's almost as radical as that. Yeah, I've enjoyed it immensely.
I want to get...
French seem to love it.
Good. Well, congratulations. I want to get onto the acting thing because Dune, the movie, is still playing around the country here, and you had a nice evil baddie part to play in that.
Well, it's my job as an actor to find a reason why a person is evil. And I have to say I'm very sympathetic with that character. I think he's misunderstood. He's from a bad home background. He's kind to animals.
He's kind to animals, right. Well, what about Frankenstein? Because you're playing him later in the year. It hasn't been released out here yet, but a movie called The Bride, and you play Frankenstein, and you've got Jennifer Beal, from Flashdance as Eva the Bride. Now, what was that like? A glamorous experience?
Filmmaking is rarely glamorous. It's like working in a factory outdoors most of the time, where it's raining on the machinery.
Oh, really?
What's nice about it is that you work with such wonderful people, the directors and actresses and actors and technicians. It's a good experience, but it's not what you think it is. You know, drinking Bacardi on beaches and things.
Yes, sitting back in a director's chair and waiting for someone to come and give you the next shot. We just had a freeze frame here on the screen of you riding a horse. Was that all straightforward, that particular scene?
I love riding horses. One of the great things about making films is you learn to do new things, and doing stunts on a horse is something I really love doing. I was paid for it.
I'm interested in another film which I think you've just completed. That was one that was directed by the Australian Fred Skepsey, and you got to star with who's got to be the greatest screen actress currently, Meryl Streep.
This is something that amazes me. I'm paid to do things that other people only dream of. I did a love scene with Meryl Streep.
Yes, please. Do you want an understudy? I mean, I mean, is there any reshooting coming up that you can't make? Because we are very similar looking. Stop laughing. You really got paid to make love to Meryl Streep.
I couldn't believe it. I was just thinking.
Number 1, John Taylor, Duran Duran.
The first single was Planet Earth, which was just... What is it? I'll do that again. and I simply just couldn't play that, at that pace with my fingers, at least not yet anyway. And apart from that, it was the only time I ever used a plectrum. It's not snobbery or anything, it suits some players. I saw Thin Lizzy the other night, and I mean, it would just not work for a band like Thin Lizzy, with a finger style. But I felt for us, I wanted I don't like the actual click that you get on the strings when it takes away from the actual note itself. At least when you hit all you get is the bass note. You don't get any percussion sound.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share and comments.